What is up, everyone? It is the Vibe Kage here, and this will be the other part of What If Deku Was a Joestar, also known as Jotaro Joestar, or Izuku Midoriya, of course. And on this one, it is kind of picking out the other three girls for his harem, and I'm gonna change a few things that I said in the last one that he only gets five. No, every Joestar wants some action. Even Jocelyn. And this one, I'm gonna say Jocelyn she was bi, and just was like, yo, no, I'm good with girls, bro. And Deku's just like, oh, okay, that's bet. And there's a reason why on that one too. So, yeah. And Johnny and Jojo Lean, they'll also want some action. But something I thought of very, very fun. And since Jonathan's body was stolen by a non-Joestar, who is also technically his grandfather, I'm gonna say, after Jocelyn, the next person he'll meet, he'll think it's a Joestar because he sees the mark, and then he also sees the blonde hair, but it's at the the Dio pose of the picture where it doesn't show the scar. He just sees that. He doesn't know it's Dio, his other quote unquote grandfather. And rather than the power of the world, it's giving him a new stand ability, it's in a sense just amping the other ones. His time stopping is active once Dio gives him the rest of the world. Because remember, after Dio was defeated, what did Jotaro call Star Platinum? Star Platinum stops the world, and he says, Star Platinum, Zawado. And that's exactly what Jojo is going to be doing on this one. Well, Jotaro. Or Izuku, our cool little Deku. And here's the fun part. I read some of the comments of the few people who did, and I am agreeing with y'all. I'm going to be adding Melissa Shield and Mirako, our rabbit hero. And yeah, I'm going to just start going into the story so we can get to the good. Yeah. Oh god, that was dumb. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still goofing with y'all. Because y'all are friends to me now. For real. If y'all watching this, y'all don't have to like or comment or share. It's just, if you watch, you my friend. You a homie. And yeah. So, going back the very next morning, Momo is thinking about, how Deku's hands were. And she's seen, the imprint of it, but so has Jura and Asui. And, yeah. So I'll say this time, all three girls wanted a day off, not to hang out with Izuku. Just, they lied and say they had other plans with their family. And Deku's just like, oh, alright. So him and Koda actually go out. Just hang out together. And, yeah. This is where things are going to get drastically different. And you're about to see why. So, Kota and Jotaro, or Jojo if you will, are off, and they're at the store, just getting some new clothes for Kota. And, I'll say, there are people visiting from out of town at a science expo that Deku wants to go to. And, because Deku, he's super fucking smart, and he likes tech. He likes understand, for real, he's smart. He on that quantum mechanics level of intellect at a 14-year-old. Because he's still not 15. Something will happen when he turns 15, though. Yeah, we'll get to that later in this part. So, Izuku, I'm just say Jojo. It's just easier to say Jojo. Jojo and Koda. Ooh. That is a good-ass YouTuber to watch, guys. And I will watch his video later, because I actually like the Mr. Negative one. So yeah, Deku... Oh, Jojo, my bad. I'm just switching between the two so much. Jojo is with Koda, and, Koda knows that that he wants to go to the, science museum, and Koda not really fun, doesn't find it fun. So he tells him, if you want, you can just drop me off and I can hang at home and you can go to your science exploration, big bro. And Deku's just like, you sure? Like, I don't have to go. It's just like not something, it's not necessary. It's just a want. And then Koda just hits him in the, like, kicks him in the shin. It doesn't hurt Deku. He's just like, yo, what was that for? Koda's saying, don't be dumb. You need to take care of yourself too. Like, you deserve to be happy too. And yeah, like, Koda straight up says the 3 girls that he was with yesterday aren't here now. So what does he do? Like, he needs time for himself too, no? And JoJo goes, yada yada. Pats Koda on the head and says, okay, thanks. Alright then, pick one toy and I will buy it for you. And Koda's just like, yeah! What does he pick? A PlayStation. The PS4. Because they're in Japan and I don't see them buying Microsoft stuff. So, sorry, Xbox users. Like, and it's nothing against Xbox, and I'm not necessarily preferring Sony over Xbox. It's just the gaming console that I feel like is most popular for them. Will just be a PS4. And he gets... what game? I'm gonna get, like, he gets Deku to buy him the whole Naruto Shippuden games, like Ninja Storm 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Shinobi Strikers. And Deku's just like, I said one thing. And then he's just like, yeah, but it's all bundled in this one thing. And he's just like, you're a smartass. And Koda's just like, everything he's learning from Deku. From him, so yeah. And he's not mad at it, he's just like, yeah, I guess. So they go home, they set up the PlayStation, and everyone's happy. And, like, even though it is quote-unquote Koda's, Koda just like, if you guys, we can all play. It's like it has 4 controllers. Like, because Deku, like, he went big money on it because he realizes, okay, everyone in the orphanage would probably want something like this. So next month I'm going to have to buy another console or something. You know, shit like that. And yeah. Fun thing is, what was it? So Deku goes to the science exploration, the science expo, and it is David Shield introducing a new battle gauntlet, similar to Melissa's design, just not the same. And over there he bumps into a blonde girl with glasses, and she apologizes for bumping into him, calls him sir, and Deku's just like, oh no, I'm only 14. And she's just like, you lie. Deku was just like, nah, for real, I'm 14. He sticks out, like, he does the same thing like he did to the other girls, with his hand open. He's saying, my name is Jotaro Joestar. If you wish, you can call me Jojo. All my friends do. Melissa's just like, oh shit, sure. Like, she's like, there is something about it. Like, she, like, is now fully gazing into this man's eyes. And, like, the moment she, like, places her hand on top of his, and Jojo gives it a kiss on the hand, he never broke eye contact. Like, he looked her dead in the eye as he, like, planted a kiss on her hand. And Melissa's just like, her knees buckle, and she falls forward, and Deku catches her. And I'm gonna say, like, the hand that was free is what caught her, grabbed onto her mountain, in the same sense that he was with Momo. And he apologizes for that one, because he's like, I swear I did not mean to. And Melissa, oh, spoiler alert, it's Melissa Shield! Duh. Anyway, Melissa's just like, no. She's just saying she felt, like, really weak-kneed for a second. And he, like, raises an eyebrow. Is it because I kissed her hand? And she's just like, she blushes and says, yeah, it was. And she does that, like, whole, like, hand to her chin and face and looks down at an angle. And she's just like, it was just so bold and she was not ready for it. And to which Deku says, just let me know when you are ready. Like, and she's just like, okay. And then Jojo's not, like, he's not fully aware that he's spitting game, but this man's spitting game. Now, Tech. Which Joestar went with Tech? If you guess Joseph, you are right, my guys. This is Joseph playing the moves, and that's why he's so flirty right now, because he laying it on her. Yeah. And like, so Deku actually asks, like Melissa just said her name was Melissa, not Melissa Shield. She asked if he's in, like, what her quirk is. She says she's quirkless, and then like looks down, and she and says, if you don't want to talk to me, I understand, because like it is a sore subject in a sense. And Deku, like, he's still holding her hand. Like, he let go of her mountain, but not of her hand. And she realizes that he's still holding on when she tried to walk away. And Joe just like, I don't care if you have a quirk. I just want to get to know you. I mean, I don't really believe in destiny or anything, but like, I really wanted to come here, and seeing you kind of made the whole wanting thing worth it. And Melissa's just like, oh my god, this boy is spitting. Lord help me. Whew. She don't have a quirk, but she definitely making it. I'm not gonna finish that. Yeah, y'all know what I mean. Yeah. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Gotta stop. No. It's fine. So yeah, and I'll say, because remember, I'm taking early initiatives with the movies. Steppenwolf, I think that was his name. Like, the guy who was working with All For One. Like, this time he's not working for All One. He just wants to steal, like, some high quality tech and weaponry. So when he goes down, one of his men tries to kidnap Melissa by jumping on the back, and he realizes, okay, I gotta be careful not to, like, when I go, I have to go and stab through this man, because it's the guy with the blade arm. And here's the thing. So he goes, jumps, tries, and then next thing he knows, he's fucking flying. Like, he did not realize that how fast JoJo can move. Because you gotta remember, he's now unleashing the Ghost Ripple. His quirk is fully active, gold aura all around him. And he straight up tells Melissa just to stay behind him. And Melissa agrees. And, like, when the guy gets sent flying, this is when Steppenwolf comes and tries to do all the other shit. When Deku realizes there's, like, 6 other people fucking up other shit, he's just like, fuck. Because there are some pro heroes. There's only, like, 3 pro heroes there. And only for, like, security. So they're kind of having their hands full. And with, like, 3v5, and Steppenwolf is like, he already grabbed David's shield by the throat and started choking him out, like demanding for all the like access things to everything he's ever made. And Melissa says, "Daddy." She gonna be calling Deku that later. Oh fuck. Yeah, you know what this is about. Oof. Anyway, Deku hears Daddy, sees how like the pain that Melissa is in, because she says that's all, like, that's the only parent, like, that's left. Deku is aight. And then he punches the ground while he's coated in his golden energy. And if y'all know what this is going with, he's using Giorno's ability and causes a like, pretty much like how Hashirama's Deep Forest Emergence goes, but like, it's just one tree being sprouted at an angle that is meant to, like, knock Steppenwolf, you know? And it does hit him, and he wraps around him, and, like, it causes him to lose his grip, and David falls, because he got lifted up in the air with him. So Melissa's just worried, and then she just sees him, the golden aura, just fly out. And he's not flying, he just jumped good. If you get that reference. My guy. Respect. Yeah. He's just like, no fly. Just jump good. Catches David. Brings him down to Melissa. And Steppenwolf is like pissed. So he tells the brat that he's not going to get away with this. And Deku just turns around and saying, "Funny, I was about to tell you that." And he cracks his knuckles. And he does that point right there. He's in that pose when he points to Steppenwolf. And, oh, no, Steppenwolf is from fucking, like, the Justice League. Wasn't it? Wolfgram. Yeah, that was his name, wasn't it? Wolfgram? Something Wolf. Y'all know what I mean. It's been a minute since I've seen that movie, so I'm sorry for, like, not getting the name right at first, but we'll just call him, like, the Wolf bad guy for right now. Wolf villain. I can't remember the name off the top of my head right now. And I was giving him the DC name, so no. Not Steppenwolf. But the Wolf villain, he mad at Deku, and he's using his metal quirk to throw things at him. And this is when he pulls back his fist and then launches a punch. And the air pressure was enough to knock all that metal down. And he then, like, he's putting pressure on the ground, leaps towards him again, and then he just says, "Muda!" landing a thunderous shot to this man's ribcage. And it was enough to where it completely breaks the tree around him, which he couldn't even do. So, yeah. Like, everyone just sees the thud, feels the shockwave, and then boom, this man is just Team Rocket blasting off again. Getting sent out. He got that no-move treatment. Yeah. And, yeah, he goes flying. And then all the other, like, backup guys who are fodder realized, wait, that's the same guy who just sent the other dude flying, and he just sent our boss flying. And this momentarily, like, pause for them, the heroes take advantage. One hero with black hair, long eye, and yellow goggles with a gray scarf wraps them all up, yanks them to where they're all stuck to one another, and then kind of lifts them and starts, like, not lifts them, but, like, tosses the rag to the other hero who was there. And he's not a fan of this hero either, but only because he's a really big hothead with his, always having his quirk on at all times to hide his face. Y'all know who it is now. It's Endeavor and Aizawa. So yeah, he throws the scarf at, like, the other end of the scarf to Endeavor, and Endeavor just starts swinging all these five. And then he yells he says, "New girl, get ready!" As he chucks them up. A girl with ebony skin, white hair, and red eyes, rabbit ears, rabbit tail, and thick as thighs. I had to say it. I ain't even sorry. Thick thighs save lives. Yeah. And anyway, she goes and drop kicks them down to the floor, causing a crater. And yeah. So the very next thing after that, she uses that kick and jumps towards the golden guy because she thinks another villain, like, or something. And when she goes to drop a kick, he just catches it and is holding her midair, and she's just like, "Wait, what?" And he's not even looking at her. Like, his back is turned. Imagine if, in this picture, if his left arm was outstretched to the back. Like, right now he has this look, and he's talking to David and Melissa, and he caught Mirko's kick without even looking and not paying her too much attention. Yes, it's Mirko. The description should have been enough for y'all. Anyway, here we go. At the same time, like, he says, "Yare yare daze." He lets her go. And he's still in golden aura right now. So when he turns around, Mirko is ready to fight him. And he says he's not here. He was here just for the exhibit. He saw that people needed help. He's sorry for using his quirk. And he's, like, half apologizing, not really apologizing. And, like, he's still not, like, looking at Mirko. He's just starting to turn now. And when he looks at her, both of them, like, don't even talk anymore. It's just, like, one of those moments, like, oh, hello. Yeah. And this one I'm making where Mirko is still in 1A, she's just second year. Yeah, she's a second year person. So she's in the same class with Nejire. No, she's in. Yeah, no. Because Nejire was in 3A. So yeah, she's in 2A with Nejire and. Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, just. Tamaki. Yeah, that was his name. I was about to say Tokoyami, and I'm like, wait, no, that ain't right. No, Tamaki and Nejire are there, and so Deku just stops the kick, and she was surprised because ain't nobody ever been blocking her kicks. Like, many guys have tried, and they get sent flying back. Even Endeavor was pushed back by those kicks. So, Aizawa and Endeavor, like, they check on David's shield and Melissa, and Melissa goes up and hugs Deku, and this kind of, like, causes both Jotaro and Joseph to, like, fight each other for, like, the center in a sense. Or, like regular Deku, the regular Jotaro, not Jotaro Kujo, but Jotaro Joestar, he shakes his head realizing, oh, wait, right, Melissa's here. Rabbit hero. And, like, he, like, is looking at her, but he can't help but to look down at her thighs, because I'm gonna say that regular Jotaro is a thigh man, because I see no reason why not to make him a thigh man. So yeah, thigh man right there. And another thing why I chose Joseph for Melissa is because the Suzy Q was also a blonde. So yeah. And so Jotaro straight up, like, wants Mirako, and Joseph wants Melissa. And Deku's now being aware, like, wait a minute, the personalities of certain, like, the past guys, they reflect on the girl that they find more interesting. So Deku finally put 2 and 2 together. The reason why, like, he's attracted to multiple women is because, in a sense, he's multiple guys in one body, and it's not working out well for him sometimes. Because he's like, damn, I need to figure out how to make copies of myself or something. And he's thinking, I hope the next person I meet can make copies, because this is going to be challenging. And yeah, so I'm just going to another photo because I like this one too. And I'll say this is what Deku was wearing at the time of his fight. Like, he had a scarf, the green tank, the gloves, but he also had the Jotaro jacket and hat because swag. No, I hate myself for saying that. He just had the drip on. Yeah, it's drip, not swag anymore. Fuck you doing, brain? We out of that age now. Fuck, I'm old. Damn. Anyway, back to the story at hand. Sorry, guys. But, so, here's the fun part that I must say with Deku meeting these two girls at the same time. Because Mirako ain't really upset that Deku's just, like, what, like 2.5-ish years younger than she is. And Melissa's only, like, a year older than Deku is. So Deku gets both their numbers right then and there. Like, he asks for Melissa's number, and Melissa still will live on I Island, the tech place. And it's a bummer for Joseph in a sense, because he's like, my woman, I can't see her. And that's also another reason why, because, like, he kind of had to dip a bit for sometimes for his business and work, because Joestars. And no, he will not cheat on Melissa. Melissa is also down with the harem, and so will be Mirako, because they're like, yeah, we want this Joestar. And here's the thing. Mirako asks him what was up with that punch when he said Muda, because that's what got her attention. Like, and then the shockwave was just strong. And then Deku, like, says, oh, that happens when he gets kind of mad. And they're like, what, really? Yeah, he says, yeah, it's one of those habits that I try not too much to have, but whenever I get really mad at somebody or at something, like, whether it's a punch, a kick, an elbow, a knee, a headbutt, or whatever, he will say Muda, because he's just done with this person. And, yeah. So, another thing is that So they ask him, what does he normally say? And then Deku's just like, he like dips his head down and in embarrassment says when he throws punches he has a tendency to say ora, and when he does his kicks he has a tendency to say dora, and he's not entirely sure why yet. It's just a habit of his. And well, it's not like they mind. They're still loving the whole like, no, this man's strong. Melissa loves that he just saved her father with like a one punch. And man, Mirako is just like, yo, he caught my kick, and not even the number 2 hero could do that. So, fuck is you on, Endeavor? Oh, that's horrible. But yeah, and so I'll say like it was covered on the news, but because since Deku doesn't have like, they thought he was a hero because he looked like a full grown adult right now, man. So they're just thinking he was just another hero in the works. And when they ask him like what his name is, he looks at the camera and says, I am Jotaro Joestar, and I have a dream. Yep, he's doing the Giorno speech right now. And this is in front of all the cameras. And then, like, the news reporter girl, like, she gets in closer to him and says, you have a dream? What is it about? Do you mind telling us? And he says, gladly. And he says, he has a dream. And, well, first he says, this dream of his is something that he will make sure he strives for and achieves, no matter the difficulty of the path. He will make this a reality. He then talks about how, like, he is kind of disappointed with how some heroes are, that they are more in it for fame, money, and popularity, rather than just to help out people who need help. He is genuinely disappointed in people who love to abuse their power. He is genuinely disappointed in those people who believe because their quirks are powerful that makes them better than everyone. He even says, like, he doesn't care about quirkless, whether you're quirkless or not. If you are a good person, then you are a good person. But if you have a power and it makes you think you're the best, and he straight up says, you're a piece of crap. And then he looks at the reporter, can I say crap? He says, I think so. And just, they continue with it. And Melissa's hearing this, and so is Mirako. And they're right behind him. And they're also just like, what floor sign? Giggity, giggity. No. Yeah. Y'all know. And Deku is just like, where was I? Yeah. Deku was like saying he doesn't care if people have quirks. He knows that there are genuinely good people out there, and those are the people that he wants to thrive in this world. And when they ask him, like, is he, like, if he's a hero, and he says a hero in training, and that he hasn't decided what his hero name is, it's going to be JoJo instead of Deku, because yeah, he's going to be known as the star hero JoJo. So that's who he is, letting y'all know, because yeah. But he's not saying this to anyone. He just thought about it in his head right now, but he's like, I'm gonna wait on saying that because I don't know if that's cool yet. And yeah, so Melissa says that she has to leave like in 2 days, but that she's free tomorrow, and she really wants to thank Izuku. And Izuku's just like, he just straight up says, let me just ask my boss then, like, what time she wants me to come in. And Yaoyorozu saw, and so did Jiro, and Asui, they all saw Deku be a badass on the exhibit, because when the villains attacked, it was on the news, and then they showed the clip of Deku just one-shotting that guy. And, like, Asui then realized he really could have just destroyed those kids at the arcade, but he was holding back drastically. So yeah, now she's definitely thinking about Deku. Let's see. Jiro was just like, not Jiro. Did I say Jiro? No, yeah, Jiro. Jiro kind of like calls Izuku and makes sure that he's okay. He laughs, saying, yeah, that he's fine. Yaoyorozu is just like blowing up his phone with texts, saying like, oh my god, I just saw what happened. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you need like, do I need to go over and like give you something, like treat you? And then Deku's just like got it, like he said he's fine, and that though he did get a good amount of her the other day, he's not opposed to more, you know? And Momo's blushing when reading this, because then Deku sends the wink emoji and a kissy face emoji, and yeah. And Yairo's is just like, oh my god, I gotta fuck him before the other girls do. Because if not, it might be game over. And it's not. It's not, guys. It's just something I would think it's funny. Because Jiro and Asui thought the exact same thing at the exact same time. So it's fun. And yeah. Melissa is definitely fangirling over Deku. And offers to give him a fuck ton of equipment for when he goes to UA. And even David's Shield says, yeah, like, you just saved not only my daughter's life, but my life. Any gear you need, it's on us. You are, like, #1 Shield, like poster boy of equipment whenever you need it. Just let us know. Deku thanks them, and then he doesn't ask them to donate to the charity, because it doesn't need that anymore. Like, they're well off, and there are other kids who were inspired by Deku. And so they also do, like, side jobs, too, to help with other people in the other house, because Deku kind of is the ultimate big bro JoJo at the orphanage, and he helps everyone out, so it inspired them to help other people out. And they're not all, like, with the hero path, but they all decided, okay, our quirks aren't, like, necessarily meant for hero work. What can we do? So this is where, like, some are studying to be nurses and doctors, some are doing lawyers, some are doing psychiatry, shit like that. Like around the board, all the orphanages are just pretty much like, I have my own dream now, thanks to Big Bro JoJo. And yeah. And I'll say, like, Mirako, like, tells Endeavor that, like, can she talk to that kid? Like, since they don't have anything else to do. Because they're about to leave, and Mirako really wants to talk to Izuku right now. So, Endeavor's just saying, fine, do whatever. Thanks for helping out. Because the villain's already, like, not kidnapped, but taken away to Tartarus. Just jail. They're not high-level shit. So yeah, they're all gone. Prison. Yeah, they fucked. And so when Jotaro's leaving, like, he's leaving with, like, his jacket and his hat just all on, the scarf too, and, like, he's just walking away with style, and Mirako saying, you, hold up. Deku just sighs and says, yada yada, turns around, sees Mirako, and what I mean when he turns around, he's looking down, sees the thighs, and then he just stops looking up. Like, he's just like, oh, hello. Those are magnificent. And then Jotaro's just like, yo, the other guys have already, like, said which ones they wanted. And he kind of likes how strong and feisty Mirako was. So Mirako then says, you, name Jotaro, right? And he says, just call me Jojo. That way we can be friends. And Mirako's just, like, taken back by this, but, like, she says, fight me. Right now. And Mirako's just like, what? No, not Mirako, but Jojo's like, excuse me? Says, you blocked one of my strongest kicks. I've never had that happen. Fight me right now. And Deku's just like, there's still people around. And so Mirako's just like, alright then, I know where we can go. And she takes him to UA. And I'll say Mirako does not have, like, a car on her because she went with Endeavor. And then she realized, well, she was going to, like, go to the hero agency to, like, spar with him in their rooms. And Endeavor and Aizawa, fuck. Stop yawning. Endeavor and Aizawa had already left. And Mirako's just like, fuck, they were on my ride. And Deku's just like, I can give you a ride. Miruko's like, you can give me a what? I'm like, a ride. He pulls out his keys and says, I have a car. Where do you want to go? And Miruko's just like, well, originally I was gonna want to go to the Endeavor Agency because they have like sparring rooms, but now she's not entirely sure because she told her boss that she wanted to leave, and now if she goes back there, she might feel kind of weird. And Deku's just like, oh, okay, do you have any idea where we can go spar then? And Miruko, because she's still in UA, she's just like, I got an idea. And so they go to the testing ground beta in one of their buildings, and she shoots a text to Aizawa, who's a teacher, saying that she's going to be sparring with a friend in the ground beta room, and that if any destruction happens, it's because of that. So yeah, and this is the thing that is going to be so much fun, is that when they get there, they enter, and Deku's just like, oh, UA, cool. I plan to go here. Miruko's just like, how old are you? I turned 15 in like a couple days. And Miruko's just like, I'm 16. And yeah. And here's where things are, and I'm only referring to Miruko as Miruko because I, for the love of God, have butchered her name God knows how many times. Like, I can say Rumi just fine, but I don't feel like it's not clicking with my head that that's like Miruko's movie. See what I mean? I suck at that name. So I just refer to her as Miruko. And Deku, like, when Miruko and him start, quote-unquote, fighting, it's really just Miruko throwing hands and trying to kick him, and Deku's just, like, blocking every single hit. And he's not even in his golden aura right now. And Miruko's kind of, like, getting mad and go, like, where was that power of yours just a second ago? And Deku's just like, my aura? And she's saying, yeah, it doesn't feel right if you're not going all out. And Deku's just like, oh, I don't really want to hurt you. And Miruko says, there's no way you can hurt me. And she says, I'm one of the toughest heroes in training at this school. And Jojo is just like, yeah, but I did block your kick and then send that guy flying, and I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have been able to cause that much power. And Miruko's pissed at this and saying, you know what? We'll make a bet then. And then Miruko's just offering a challenge right now, to which Jotaro, which Deku. So Deku is Jojo. If I say Jotaro, it's Jotaro Kujo. Just so we can clarify some shit. So when Jojo is like, alright then, what's the bet? Miruko says if she wins, then he has to, like, get on his knees, bow to her, and then kiss her foot. And then Deku says, so if I win, do you kiss me? And Miruko's just like, fine, yes, I will give you a kiss. And Deku's just like, alright then. He starts powering up his golden aura. And then Miruko's just like, that's the stuff, kid. Says, this is gonna get my blood flowing real good. And then Deku's just like, something about that statement, though. Like, it got him, like, aroused for some reason. And he realized it. And he's just like, this might be Jotaro's doing. Damn you, you battle-ready Folker. And yeah, so... And Miruko goes all out now with her kicks. And Deku's still blocking them like they're nothing. And Miruko's just like, how strong are you? And then Deku says, the strongest that you will ever meet. And then he doesn't punch her. Rather, he wraps her up with Hermit Purple. Because then he says, Hermit Purple! And from both arms, they all wrap around Miruko. Like, they wrap her legs tight together and her arms behind her. And yeah, and then around her throat too, and around her body, she's kind of like just stuck. And then she's just like, wait a minute, I thought you had a power quirk. And then Deku says, I never told you what my quirk was, rabbit girl. And Miriko's pissed. They're like, my name is Miriko, and she's struggling really hard. And there are thorns on this, and so despite them like starting to like poke into her skin, and like she's really fighting it off, um, like she can't break free, but her clothes are starting to tear some. Like her rabbit onesie is starting to tear on the back a bit as she's really struggling, and she's starting to get some scratches. And because now she's really struggling, like it's actually breaking her skin, and he's just like, "Stop! I don't want to like put pressure on this. You're starting to cut your skin open." And then Miracle says, "Until one of us is down for 10, I'm not stopping." Which Deku's just like, "Yare yare does it," and she's just like, something changed about his demeanor. She just felt it. He pulls her in close, like he's retracting the hermit purple with both hands, and pulls her close, grabs her, and then just pins her to the ground while she's still tied up. And it's only one hand that he's like, that still has hermit purple tied her up, and Deku's just like and it's his left arm, so he has it in a fist, which still causes it to constrict. And then he has his hand open at Miriko's face. And then he starts counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then once he gets to 5, he actually starts going down on his fingers. 4 fingers. 3 fingers. 2 fingers. 1. And then he just bops her on the nose. Like a little boop. Like how some cats do. And Miriko's just like, are you fucking kidding me? I just lost. And Deku just undoes his... Like, he undoes the thing. But first he heals her. Because when he booped her on the nose, she realized all the cuts and damage that she had from the pain of fighting against the vines. And her knuckles and feet were hurting from the kicks. Because to her, it was just like hitting fucking steel beams. And she was like getting fractures on her bones. And Deku knew. And then Deku was mad because he's saying, look, I really, really don't like fighting women or hurting women. And you going that hard, like to that extreme where your bones were actually fracturing, like, what the hell? Like, what if I did not have the ability to heal you? Like, you would have been hurt. And I would have hate to have been the one to end your hero career like that. And Miriko's just like, okay, this kid... he's not as arrogant as I thought, because he's doing like level-headed assessments right now. And Miriko is just like, fine kid, I'm sorry. And Deku, like, he undoes the vines, and so she can like breathe now. And her clothes are still kind of fucked up, but like, because she's on the floor, like, they're still attached, if you will. Which, because she was struggling a lot, her onesie is cut up from the back just enough to where if she stands, it's pretty much just falling right off. And that's what happens. Because when Deku, like, he offers his hand to her, she takes it. He kisses the hand right away, like, too, because he on that shit. Like, he realizes, alright, then, if I really like the chick, I'm going to kiss her hand and pretty much just make her mine. Because he did it with Melissa. He knows that she's hooked. And he knows that Jiro, Momo, and Suyu are also hooked because he did that. Well, he didn't kiss Suyu on the hand, but he did kiss Suyu. So, yeah. And Miriko's just like blushing and says, okay, kid, I know, like, our agreement. And she's like really, really red. And Deku's just like, what? Because she's still on the ground right now. She's just barely sitting herself up. And she's just like, I really did not want to lose to a kid. And then he's just saying, you're not that much older than I am. And then she says, no, because... She then says, like, very, very under breath, or never kissed everyone before. Deku's just like, come again? Giggity. She will be doing that. Anyway, back to the thing. She says, I've never kissed anyone, okay? And then Deku's just like, oh, okay. Pulls her in, locks lips, and Miriko is like like eyes wide open, because this man just did not care, just straight up locked lips, and Miriko's just like, oh shit, I am melting right now. And Miriko's like, her rabbit instincts are kicking in like a motherfucker, and she realizes that, like, oh god, she's experienced the heat for the first time. Yeah, downside of a rabbit quirk. Because why not? Because, yeah. And, like, Deku isn't, like, fondling her yet. He's just, like, his hand goes on her, like, shoulder. And, like, he's still one hand on her shoulder and one hand on her waist as he lifts her up, like, helping her up. And, like, when they pull apart, because they were, like, on each other. And I'll say Miriko was the first one to use her tongue. And Deku was just like, this is me. And his body's just like autopilot right now. Deku realizes, wait a minute, my body's moving on its own. And I have no control. I am not ready for this. Body, what are you doing? And so Miriko feels the Joe just like up against her thigh and how it's pressing in. And then she's like pulls away and she smiles looking down at Deku's thing, because if y'all remember, he wearing like regular clothes, so it's all like open like right now. She sees it and she's saying, well, I'm glad it was as good as you as it was for me. And this is when Miriko's like clothes finally fall off and Deku is just like in full mode of like an ebony goddess, and he's just like, bruh. And at this point it was like he was getting it hard, but it wasn't all the way on, and now this time it's just like full up erect soldier, stand at attention. And Miriko saw that like it grew even more, and Miriko then realizes her clothes are off. And then she just says, you know what, kid? Happy early birthday. And then we go into the bedroom sparring. And Deku has no say in battle armor. How many rounds did they go? Not 1, not 2, not 3, and not 4. But 7 rounds. Oh, Deku did 7 rounds. And Miriko. And here's the funny shit. They didn't even realize that there was a fucking camera recording them. So Nezu sees this. And oh my god, Nezu's just like, oh god, stop, stop, stop. He's just like shutting his eyes. Go like, oh my god, what is happening here? These students, no. And like, there's no heroes, so he's just like, I can't go in there. What do I do? So he's just like, fuck it, I'm leaving. I saw nothing. I will talk to her tomorrow and that student tomorrow. Because he recognized Miriko, but not who Deku was. So, yeah. Because Nezu did see the spar fight at least. And then, like, he saw how quickly it escalated. And he's just like, yeah, no, this was not what I was thinking was going to happen. And Nezu was just like, I don't want to go out there. I'm afraid of that guy. He just easily took every single kick that Miriko could do. And Nezu was aware that Miriko's kicks were strong enough to push back Endeavor by like a few, like 2 feet. And the fact that this guy was taking every single hit with like just his hands means like this man's probably even bulkier and stronger than Endeavor. And he's just like, I'm afraid of what might happen to me. So Nezuko just, not Nezuko, wrong anime. Nezu is just like, alright then, I'm leaving. I don't get paid enough to like interrupt that. So he just leaves, and yeah. So Deku does 7 rounds with Miriko. Each round is an hour, because Deku got that Joestar bloodline going through him. And remember, this is all because Dio stole Jonathan's body and was a big fucking man whore. So he know every single fucking trick in the book. And he is surprised. And Miriko's just like, kid, are you sure you're a virgin? Because holy fuck. Yeah. And I'll say, like, they realize like Mirako did not realize how many hours had gone by. She was just lost in the heat of ecstasy. And same with Izuku. So like it is like roughly like 5 a.m. now because yeah, it wasn't that late when they started, but yeah. Deku was just like panting like a motherfucker, laying next to Mirako, and she out cold like a motherfucker. She ain't got no stamina for this. She was unexpected about this, and yeah, Deku don't know what to do now because he's just like, yo, did I just have sex for the first time? And he's still like in disbelief as he's like panting heavily, like trying to catch his breath. He looks at Mirako passed out, and he's just like, fuck, I can't leave her. And he does not know what dorm she's in. So, well, yeah, this is before the dorm, so he doesn't know where she lives. And so he technically just takes her back to the orphanage in his room. And everyone's still asleep, by the way. And yeah, so, like, this, how can I put this? The 7 shots that Deku had, my gosh, should have been wearing Saiyan battle armor. Oh fuck, bro. Saso didn't make these pies, Deku did. Oh fuck, no, stop, right, stop. Fuck it, y'all know what this is about. Y'all like this shit. Not all of y'all, just, I'm fucking, it's just funny as hell, because it's just funnier to me, you know? So, Deku, he lays Mirako on his bed, and, like, she's still naked. But Deku, like, he doesn't really know what to do now. Because, like, he is tired. And so he does fall asleep. Only, like, and he sees that it's, like, 5:45, and he's just like, oh, fuck. The kids will be up, like, in an hour. And he's just like, I don't know how to explain her. Oh, God. And there's still school tomorrow. But Deku don't go to school, so he don't really care. So he just kind of like lays next to Mirako and they just fall asleep. I'll say he had an extra charger for Mirako's phone. She had an iPhone or something. And Deku also had an iPhone because Momo, like, fancy, always up to date with technology no matter how much it costs, despite iPhones kind of sucking. Yeah, I said it. Android all the way. Galaxy, Samsung. So sponsor me, Samsung. Jokes aside. Yeah. So Mirako, like, when she wakes up, it's next to Deku. And she's not even mad. She's just like, yeah, I'm not letting this one go. At all. And she just goes back to sleep. Not really, like, she was half awake when she saw Deku, so she just, like, okay, cool. And she, like, is still, like, falling back to sleep. And then she sees the clock, and it reads 10 a.m. She gets up saying, fuck! And Deku's just like, what happened? What happened? Oh. And he also looks at his phone, and he sees that he missed calls from Momo, Jiro, and Froppy. Like, their good morning texts and all that noise. And Deku's just like, fuck. And Melissa even texted him good morning, too. And Deku looks at Mirako, and Mirako's still butt naked. And Deku's just like, oh, And then, of course, because she yelled, there's a knock on the door. And it's little guy Koda. He's saying, bro, that didn't sound like you. Is there, like, are you in there? Like, we didn't want to disturb you because we saw how much of a badass you were on TV, so, yeah. Saying, are you okay? And then Deku's just like, looking at Mirako, and it's just like, Mirako's just like, Deku just says, yeah, Koda, who all's here still? And then Koda's just saying, oh, everyone. And then he says, what about school? And then he's saying, well, uh, Koda's like, and then Koda's saying, well, those who did go to school still go to school, but it's just me and like a few other kids. And Deku's just like, fuck. Um, he tells Koda he'll be out in like a couple minutes. He just is gonna get dressed. He says no, he's gonna go take a shower. So if he wants, he can have the water running for him. Koda says sure. Goes to do that, and then Deku's just like, okay, you want to shower first? And Miruko's just like, dude, I'm like 2 hours late to school. And Deku's just like, fuck. So yeah, it's gonna be fun because though no one saw Miriko walk out of Deku's room, um, what they do catch is Deku and Miriko coming out of the shower, well, the bathroom, together, and they're both still kind of like wet, but not that way. But yeah, and Miriko, she ain't walking for shit. Honestly, she even says, "Yo, I can't feel my legs," and Deku's just like, "Alright, then hold up." Tries to use Shining Diamond's Restoration. It helps some. He mixed it with the life energy from Golden Experience. And she said it's enough for her to stand and walk, but she limping still. And yeah. So here's the fun part, and I'm just gonna continue it. When Deku is dropping off Miriko, like at the gate, like Nez is saying, Miriko, hello, good to see you. We would like to talk to you. And then they say, also, the guy who dropped you off looks a lot like the guy you fought last night. Can you have him come into my office too? And Miriko's just like, shit. And Deku's just like, what happened? Says, I think they're mad at you for not being a UA student. I didn't think that would happen. They're mad at me for being late. And reality, it's none of those things. Absolutely none of those things. Oh shit, it's funny. It's fucking funny. So they go in, and when they enter the room, there are Nezu, Aizawa, Endeavor, and not just those two, because they were her like teachers and shit, like for that mission. And well, Aizawa still teaches there, but Endeavor's just like, he found out what Miriko did, and like he technically has to discipline her, but he's not looking forward to it, you know, because he's just like, dude, I don't even discipline my own kids. What the fuck, Nezu? And Nezu's just like, dude, I don't know what to do either. And like, Nezu's saying like, like the recording, man, it's hours. And then Endeavor's just like, what, of them fighting? Says, no! And then, when Endeavor asks, then why is it like this happening? And then he says, it's hours of bedtime sparring. And then Endeavor and Aizawa realize, oh, fuck. Yeah, no. So they grill Miriko for doing what she did. And then they're also grilling Deku. And when Miriko says, do you have any proof? Trying to like figure out a way so she can like slink out of it. But like when she walked in limping, she knew it was like GG's. It was like the confirmation that they needed. And then Nezu says, yes, Ground Beta has several cameras. And when Miriko hears this, her heart just dropped. And then she's just saying, oh my god, am I being kicked out of UA? And Nezu's just like, no? It'd be a shame to squander your heroic talents, but what you displayed last night with young Joestar here, because they're not calling him Jotaro, they're just calling him Joestar from his last name, and they're not calling him Jojo because he didn't tell them to call him Jojo. And like Endeavor is also like curious, like, because they saw like the sparring fight and that Deku was not really trying, so they asked Deku how old he is, and when he says 14, they look at Miriko again, and then she's just like, damn. And then Deku says he turns 15 tomorrow. And then, like, um, who do I want to say? I'll say Midnight, like, also knew about this, and she was walking in to bring, Nezu coffee. Because he's the principal, and he's, like, no, he drinks tea. And to bring him tea for his fur. And, like, they have the video of Mirako playing. So when she walked in, she saw, like, Deku 7-rounding Mirako. And she's just saying, I guess Mirako gave you your birthday gift early, huh? And then, like, they all turn around to see Midnight, and Midnight's just, like, with a, like, fucked up smile, just grinning ear to ear, because she's seeing what's happening. And Nez is just like, Midnight, watch yourself. And Aizawa's just like, fuck. Like, Aizawa also, like, Aizawa and Endeavor feel uncomfortable seeing Mirako doing this. But Midnight's just like, damn, kid. You sure you're not an adult? Oh, that's fucking horrible. And Deku's just like, for the first time, he actually blushes. And, yeah. So he just gets straight to the chase and go like, so am I in trouble for, like, doing that on grounds, in a sense? Like, he's saying, like, if, like, he doesn't want Mirako to be punished for him if he can't do some sort of punishment himself. To which Nezu is just saying, just don't do that here. Like, Nezu even said he was terrified of Deku being able to, like, easily handle Mirako. And because he knows how strong Mirako's kicks are and how they could fracture normal people's bones, like, without her really trying. So, yeah, they're not, like, expelling Mirako, but she does have, like, detention for, like, a good month. And, like, Nejire even asked Mirako why is she limping. Like, where was she? Like, who was the guy that stopped her kick? And, like, after that one, she's just saying, like, his name is Jojo. And Mirako's, like, and she's saying, he's really strong. And Nejire says, yeah, I've never seen anyone be able to, like, just manhandle you in a sense. And, like, when Mirako's saying manhandle, says, oh, I guess that's not really manhandling. He did stop your kick with one hand. And, like, she was just having flashbacks of the 7 hours, the 7 rounds. And then she realizes, fuck, that kid never wore a condom. Oh, shit, not condom. He never wore his Saiyan battle armor. And Mirako's just like, oh God. I'm gonna have to buy the morning after pill now. And she's just like, I hope it's not too late. And then she also realizes that there was, like, her quirk also was reacting to Deku's golden aura, which is why she was going into heat with him. So, yeah. And, how can I say this? When Deku sees Momo, Jiro, and Asui, like, he makes dates with them all separately, and so they can have alone time and then also talk to each other, like, and hang out with one another. So all three of them can tell, like, something different about this man. And they all, like, text each other, did you take his? And they're like, no. Did you take his? No. And, like, and they all looked at Momo, did you take his? No. And, like, Deku's just like, he overhears them and says, what did you guys take from me? And they're all like, nothing. And then Deku's looking confused, and he's just saying, what's wrong? Like, he even says, is there something up with y'all? Or, like, y'all seem to be acting differently. And then they say, like, you are acting differently. You're, like, smiling a lot more than normal. Like, instead of, like, the, like, small grin, like, Jotaro will crack every now and then, like, he cheesing big as fuck. And then Deku's just saying, "Am I not allowed to smile when I'm with like three of my most favorite people?" And they all blush, and then they're like, "Okay, like this is all the very next day after he had fucked Mirako." So, and Deku knows, like he suspects. They're like, "Do they know I fucked somebody?" Nah, not possible. No way in hell. But yeah, it's that night. He does text them good night and all that stuff, and then Koda like asks Deku, "Who was that rabbit girl in his room?" And Deku's just like, "You saw her?" Yeah, she's really pretty. And Deku's just like, oh, okay, he saw her with clothes. He saw her with clothes. And yeah, so not that big of a thing. But then Koda asks, "What are you gonna do about your other three girlfriends?" And this is the first time anyone's ever called them his girlfriends. And Koda's just like acting so like it's not a big deal because, well, since he's looking up to Izuku, he doesn't see it as wrong to have multiple partners. He's just thinking it's kind of weird and probably too much of a hassle for him. So he's just gonna stick with one girl later. And yeah. So here is yeah. Deku's just like, I've never once thought that they were my girlfriends. I always saw them as my friends who were females. And then Deku's saying, so you're going to kiss all your female friends from now on? And Deku's just like, fuck. No? And then so Koda's saying, so since you kissed them, are they more than friends? And then Deku's just like, yeah, I guess they're more than friends to me. And then Koda's just like, cool, I can call them big sis then, right? And then Deku's just like, you know what? I'll let you ask them that. Because Deku's just like not trying to go on that wavelength right now. Because he's still getting flashbacks of what him and Mirako did. Because 7 rounds, my dude, he ain't forgetting none of that anytime soon. Oh, fucking hell, I'm horrible. And yeah, sure, it's his birthday the next day. All the orphans, and the headmaster made Deku a cake. And Deku's just like, none of you had to do this. Like, seriously. Y'all just could have told me happy birthday and we could have called it good. And they're like, no, you're literally the savior of this orphanage. There's no way in hell we could ever not, like, be as grateful as we are to you. Like, you got us, like, you helped fix everything. You helped, like, buy food, clothes, and clean water for all these kids. Like, you do more than what most parents do for their kids, for orphans. And they are, like, all the orphans are just saying, yeah, like, they honestly, if they ever get adopted, and they say if they get adopted, not when, because they don't even, like, they're on that wavelength, and Deku didn't like that. He corrects him saying, when you get adopted. Like, he yelled that out when they all said if. And, like, they were all surprised, because, yeah. And Deku really does believe that they'll all get adopted. So, it's on that. And, yeah. Sir, fun. Jiro, Momo, Asui, they all show up, and Asui brought her siblings. Jiro brought her mom, because she just wanted to go too, because she liked how JoJo was. Like, she got good vibes from him. Little does she know, she about to clap her daughter's cheeks, but wait, what? No, I didn't say anything. Anyway, and Momo's just there, and they're all hugging Izuku, telling him about, like, it was kind of reckless of him to do all that, like, hero work without being a license. What if he got arrested and all that noise? And then Deku's just like, I'm pretty sure I was stronger than all the pro heroes there. And they saw that there was Endeavor, and they're like, you think you're stronger than the number 2 hero? Then Koda's just saying, like, easily. And, like, because Koda, is aware of how, not, like, fully strong Deku is, but, like, what he thinks Deku's full power is Deku at, like, a third of his strength. And, yeah. So, that's what's up. Yeah. Let's see. Where is this going? They all have fun. And, like, it's early in the morning. And I'll say it's a Saturday now. That's why. Like, yesterday was Friday and that was school. So Jiro and Momo and Asui had to go. But yeah. Um it's time for more bedroom sparring. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. And so Jiro, Momo, and Asui all agreed, alright then. We think he lost it to some other chick, and that means we're all behind. Today's his birthday. Let's give him a hell of a memorable gift to make sure that whoever was the first, um, like she, like they're not outdone by her. So yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Deku has more sparring partners. And um, real quick though, the night before his birthday, he meets somebody in his mindscape, and who he meets is a girl with blue and black and a blue and black outfit, greenish hair, and yeah. So when Deku meets her, he's just saying like, "Oh, you're the first chick I've ever met here. Everyone else has been guys." And he's saying like, and then he thinks back to all the things he's done recently, and he's saying, I guess it'd be good to have like a girl balance out the testosterone. And then Jocelyn just like laughs nervously and tells Izuku the thing that he did the other day wasn't because of the other five guys. And then Deku's just like, but aren't they all acting out like who they want? And then and she's saying, yeah, that's true. That's who you're attracted to because of them. But those urges, they weren't coming from them. They're more controlled. And Deku's just like, what you mean? Jocelyn just saying, fuck. Okay, you know how you got Jonathan's like gentle heart and to be a gentleman all the time? From Joseph, you got that cunning and wittiness. And then Jotaro gave you, and then my dad, Jotaro. And then he says, oh, you're Jocelyn. Yeah, don't interrupt me. She said that kind of annoyed. And Deku's just like, oh, alright then. He says, from my old man, you got like the stoicism and like the whole calm mind and analytical mind. And then when it came to Uncle Josuke, you got, what was it? Is like, fuck, what was it? No. He got that, what is it? Money management, sorry. And like his nobility in a sense were of, because Josuke had more of a self-sacrificing nature than the other Joestars. So he has that in him too. And she says that. And then and then from Giorno you have his whole yearning for equality, love, and fairness. And how he wants to make sure everything is good for everyone. And Deku's just like nodding. Yeah. What you've been feeling recently wasn't because of them. It was because of me. I'm sorry. And Deku's just like, wait, what? I've not met you until today. How are you saying? You probably don't even notice it, but the more of a personality trait that you're getting from us is the signs that we're coming. And Deku's just like, he thinks about it and he's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. He's reliving everything. And then he's saying, wait. So you're telling me, after fusing with all those five guys, like, full of testosterone and hormones, none of them made me act the way I did? That was you? And Jocelyn's just like, yeah, I'm like horny 24/7, dude. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I like both guys and girls, but I don't think you'll end up liking guys. So your lust for women it's gonna go up a lot more now. And Deku's just like, wait, what? What you mean a lot more now? And then she says, well, one thing we didn't like expect, like with the whole memories that giving to you, you also get muscle memories and fighting memories from the other ones. And Deku's just like, okay, where's this going? And she's saying, remember how Giorno is technically Jonathan's son, but the head was attached to somebody else? And Deku's just like, yeah, a guy named Dio Brando, right? And she's saying, yeah, him. When he stole old man Jonathan's body, and he used it a lot with that body to do what you were doing with Mirko. And Deku blushes at this, and then Jocelyn say, "Oh no, that was hot as fuck. Good for you." Like, I was surprised. Like, damn, 7 rounds. She lasted that long. She even said she thought she'd give up after like round 4 or something because she was really looking tired. And Deku's just like, "Oh god, can you not?" And Jocelyn's just saying, "Aw, someone's embarrassed." She wraps her arm around him like in a sisterly way, like in a headlock in a sense, and saying, "Relax, kid. So I'm sorry that you're gonna get my urges really, really strongly, and yeah, so my experiences are going to go into you now." And she even says she's hooked up with a lot more girls than guys anyway, so it should like help him out more. And Deku's just like, "What are you talking about?" And saying since he has multiple chicks but only one rod, he has to have other techniques and tricks. And he finally gets what she's saying at, and then he's saying, "Oh, damn." And then he says, "So wait, you mean the whole mean, like when Mirko was asking me if I was a virgin, if I sure I was a virgin, was because Dio was pretty much a man whore?" "Yeah, and because that was your first fusion, your body retained every single thing of muscle memory." And he's just like, "Oh, fuck. Damn. Just damn." And Jocelyn's saying, "Yeah, you should be fine, though. You probably will have a better control over my urges than I did." And when he asks why, he's saying, "Well, you have 5 calm-headed guys inside of you already. One chick who gets active too quickly shouldn't be too much for you to control, right?" And then she says, "Oh, by the way, I'm also going to make you pick a new girl." And Deku's just like, "Wait, what? But there's already 5." And Jocelyn just looks at him and saying, "Yeah, kid, I haven't gotten any action in a long time. Deal with it." As she places her hand on his chest and saying, "My stand was called Stone Free, and it let me manipulate strings. So I don't know if you'll get strings or not, but here's the power up, kid." And she leaves, and Deku does gain his power up. And remember how I already said, like, he can now control Hermit Purple without the thorns, and now it no longer just erupts from his hands. They can sprout out from any surface of his body. So yeah, it's fun. Back to where I was just on. So Momo, Jiro, Asui, they all asked Deku to come with them. And so the family's not really paying too much mind about it. Jiro's mom tells her to have fun. Tsuyu's parents also tell her to be careful. And Yairozu's parents tell her, like, just be safe. They don't know what they're planning. So this is fucking hilarious. Because they're all, like, really, really hard not trying to, like, show their intention until they're, like, a good miles away before they, like, to the point where they're not, like, 1,000% sure their parents cannot sense what they're about to do. Because, yeah. Anyway, so as like Deku drives them, they tell him to go to what was I about to say? One of Momo's is like special houses like they had just outside the city. Like it's a small cabin in the woods that they go to, It's near a lake and everything. And it's only like maybe 5 p.m. So it's not that late. There's still sunlight out and they make it there in good time. They put a blindfold on Izuku and lead him into the door. They lock it. They all start whispering and Deku's just like, what are y'all saying? What are y'all talking about? And then they're like, okay, just wait here. Just wait here. And then Deku's just like, can I take off my blindfold? And they all yell, not yet, Jojo. Like, all hastily. And Deku's just like, something feels familiar about this. Like, the tension, because he's already experienced life now. He's, like, starting to figure out, like, put two and two together. Like, okay, what is so important that they had to drag me out of my house from our families that they needed me here? Lo and behold, when, like, they tell Deku to, like, follow, like, he could take off his blindfold and to follow their voice, Deku sees, like, it's multiple fucking candles, hella rose petals, leading into one room, and he's just like, oh, okay then. And all of a sudden, like, his heart, like, skips, and he's just like, okay, wait, what? And his body's like, he rips off his own shirt, and he's just like, alright then, it's time. And keep in mind, since Jocelyn just fused into him, it's no longer just 7 rounds. Yeah. It's going up now. By a large margin. And it grew too. Not like when he tapped Mirko, he was at a 10. And after fusing with Jocelyn, and now that the energies are fully synchronized, and it's like all his power now, not like Jocelyn's power and his, it grew an extra 3 inches. So now he's at lucky number 13. And yeah, when he walks in, he already butt naked. Like, he ripped off all his clothes, and his soldier is strong. And when he walks in, he sees that all 3 girls are, like, in lingerie. Momo in black, Jiro in purple, and Asui in green. And then, like, what they weren't expecting was for Deku to walk out, like, full hard-on, naked. And Deku's just like, it's time for bedroom sparring. And then he says, Hermit Purple. And yeah, bedroom sparring. Not too much details, because this is still YouTube, you fuckers. He tied up all 3 of them in bondage-esque, like, style. And he brought them all towards him. And they're all kind of hanging in the air. And now Deku's, he was happy that there was no thorns. Because he realizes, okay, so Jocelyn kind of smoothed out the vines. Good. And he notices that they're even stronger. And that he can channel more energy through them. So he starts flowing hella life energy through these bitches. But modified. To where it's, kind of like the original Hermit Purple of him putting in mind control. It's fusing in with life energy and the horniness that he feels from Jocelyn. So he is, in a sense, giving them electroshock, not electroshock, but like an aphrodisiac that's gonna tsunami them, if you will. Fucking horrible motherfucker. Actually, I'm gonna save that for later. Oh shit! If y'all know where that's gonna go, I commend you, cause Godspeed. Going back to the story, Deku starts off eating, if you will, all like individually at each time, and he uses his hands and 3 times them each of just foreplay, and then they're thinking like, holy fuck, we gravely overestimated ourselves and underestimated this behemoth. And yeah, so, and like, fuck, I can't go into too much detail about this. Deku gives them the 13 each, like each a 13, and yeah, they're all exchanging fluids of Deku. Every time he finishes, they all share the fluid. And Deku's just like, oh, this is the greatest night of my life. And yeah, he goes a full 13 rounds. And I know there's like 3 girls. So how is it divided? Each of them got 4 rounds and Momo got the 5th one. Only because Momo just barely was more conscious than the other 2. She was like the other after the 4th one, but Jiro passed out. Like, she out of it, like mind fried, gone. And same with Asui. And he hates to say it, but like, he's really thankful that Dio was a man whore. Because he knew like none of these techniques and strokes, but he was goddamn pleased with himself knowing like he was doing everything right. So yeah, Momo takes the 5th round, and well, the 13th round, the final round, and Momo like straight up says she loves Deku, like, I love you, Jojo. Locks her legs, and no saying battle armor, but she get filled up with a pie. Da 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 da. I'm so fucking horrible. Some of y'all motherfuckers are only watching this for this, but you know what? I'll see you. I don't care. It's okay. And yeah, so that happens, and it is literally fucking 8 a.m. when they're coming to, and none of them are like, and they're all like, I can't move my entire body, and Deku's just like cooking breakfast, and they're all looking over, and they're like, that is a fucking monster, and they're like kind of paralyzed still, and Deku's just like, do y'all need some help? And he does do the same thing with Mirako, and where he does the fusion of life energy and restoration, and it actually heals a lot. It heals them a lot better than it did Mirako, and Deku was aware of this, and he's just like, damn, I didn't think Jocelyn's power would boost me up that much. And Mirako did shoot him a text of good morning, said, morning, hot stuff, been thinking about you a lot, when can I see you again? And it's the emoji of her, it's the emoji of licking lips, you know? Yeah. And Mirako got her pill after. And, like, Momo was the only one who got turned into a pie. Like, yeah. So she feels like she has the special connection with Deku, not knowing that Mirako has, like, 6 pies over her. It's fucking horrible. Anyway, Deku feels like a fucking god right now because he is one now. Because, yeah. And he does text Melissa still. Like, he knows, like, okay, like, I know already, like, there is a part of me that likes her. But he's, like, thinking he should probably build up on it more than just, like, speed it like how he did with Mirako. And, like, okay. And, like, when it came to, like, the other 3, it was, like, in a sense, each persona took over and did what they wanted. So, Josuke with Froppy was always using shining diamonds um like speed and strength in his thrust, if you will. So Asui, yeah, no, she was like really destroyed by Deku, and yeah, Jiro was no wait, no, Asui was Giorno. Fuck. So no, Deku did breathe a lot of life into Asui, and he definitely had to restore Jiro, and Momo, she got pied. So yeah, and Momo was aware that like what she did with Deku was something like strictly reserved for like a marriage couple, and that's like the pie reference. So like she's more how can I put it, like radiant than the other two right now, because she feels like she has the one up on deck, like on them, and like they're noticing, and like they were aware that like Momo did get the extra round, or like more rounds than them, because like Deku was like he started with Momo and then was each passing off, and when Asui like passed out because she was the first one to pass out after round 4, like she knew Jiro and Momo were like still awake, so she's just like, okay, I lost this round to you two, and then like Jiro's just like, I'm gonna be fine, because like she saw Momo was able to handle it, so she thought like, nah, round 4 should be fine. No, 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 she also passed the fuck out, and it was just enough time for like Momo to be barely ready for round 5, but not fully ready. And like when she does confess like the open love for Izuku and how she loves him, and how like she not that how could I put it, like she confesses the love, the whole finishing, and like afterwards, like Momo and Deku did snuggle, like, and Momo was just like the main one on top, like on top of his chest, and Asui and Jiro kind of like cuddled up on the sides, and Deku's just like, I have the best life now. So yeah, he made them breakfast, and he asked them, like, what are their parents gonna like do if they like find out what happened? And they're like looking at him. We hope they don't. At least not yet. And Neku's just like, I think I ain't saying shit. I'm good. Like, I will take this to the grave if y'all want me to. Like, I will not say a single word. And they're like, okay, thank you. And then Deku's just like, that was just a birthday thing, huh? And they're all like nodding in agreement. Yeah, there's probably not gonna happen for another year of like well, that's what they're thinking, but at the same time they're like, I don't know if I could handle like 13 rounds just by myself. So they're all like, maybe I do need to like team up more often. Ah, shit, that's fucking horrible, but it's funny. So yeah, um yeah, things go fun from there. And I'll say like on Sunday, like, because they're gonna need like a few time, like they're gonna need time to heal. And Deku had set in a date with Mirko on, what was it, next Saturday, and he let them know that like he plans to spend time with his family on Saturday. And they're like, I don't believe that lie, because they use that lie too. Oh, that's fucking funny. No, so, oh shit, I'm almost. I'm not trying to do this 2 hours too. Oh shit. I gotta wrap this up soon. Yeah, the one thing that Deku didn't do is wrap it. Da 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 da. Can't stop with the jokes. Okay, so it's Sunday and Deku gets a call from Melissa, and Deku's just like, "Oh, what's up, Melissa? I thought you were on. Are you still on Island?" And then she's saying, "No, like she never went back. Like her flight was delayed and postponed and shit, and that like she can't make it until tomorrow, but her dad left her and she has nothing to do today, and she's just at her hotel room, and she was wondering if Deku could like visit her, because she wants to talk to him. What he don't know is that she got some gadgets with her. Oh, Deku, you sly bastard. Okay, so Deku goes to Melissa, knocks, and Melissa's just in a robe, and Deku he's like, okay, nothing too serious here. He notices there's no candles and shit, but he does notice that there's a duffel bag by the bed, and he asks Melissa, what's in there? And she's saying, oh, some gadgets that I thought maybe you wouldn't mind helping me, test. And Deku was just like, okay then. Sure, what do I have to do? And then says, take off your shirt. And Deku's just like, what? Yeah, I have some armor. And Deku's like, oh, okay. And so she does put a regular chest plate on him that attaches to his back. And what it does, once it powers up, it's pretty at first she's just like, okay, push the center button and it causes a force field. And she says, yay, it works. And then she grabs a bat, says, okay, I promise not to try and hit you too hard. And so she swings the bat at the energy field, and Deku's not even phased. He's just like, okay. And it does not work. The bat does not go through the field. And Deku's just like, this is actually pretty cool. I like it. Can I keep it? And Melissa's just like, it's just a prototype. There's still a lot of bugs to fix, you know? And Deku's just like, oh, okay. Can I have a finished product? And she's saying, yeah, of course. Remember, any hero course gadgets that you need are on the house from the Shield family. And Deku's just like, bet. And yeah. And they test out a few more regular gadgets. And now it's Deku thinks the duffel bag is empty. And then she says there are a few things left for him to test if he really, really, really wants to. And Deku's just like, why'd you say so many reallys? And she's just like, because it might seem like too much to ask, she said, blushing. And Deku was just like, I mean, you've already taken off my clothes, so there's not much else. Because, he had to take off his pants to try on, some other, gear and boots and shit. But, he'd always step into the bathroom to change, rather than just change in front of her. And she's just like, okay, yeah, you have a point. And Deku's just like, what, do I have to be fully naked now? And she looks red and nods, and Deku's just like, oh, fuck. Shit. And he's just like, I think I've recovered enough stamina for a few rounds. Yeah, that's gonna happen. And Deku, he agrees, and she gives him a collar. And he's just like, what will this do? And she puts one on herself, and she said it should synchronize their heart rates, brain waves, and what they're feeling. And when they turn it on, she hasn't turned it on yet, but she's really nervous too. And Deku's just like, so this might seem really wrong to ask right now. He says, but that robe you're wearing, there's nothing under it, isn't it? And she's nodding. And Deku's just like, I mean, I didn't expect this so soon, he says. And he looks at Melissa and says, not that I'm not gonna be not that I'm not happy or grateful or any of that. It's just he blushes, and he's just he's new at it, so he's only done it a few times. And Melissa's just she's never done it with a person, but she's experimented with gadgets and herself, so it's something that she's done because, yeah, why not? So she turns on the collar, and it works. They both they can feel their heart rates beating, and it glows blue, showing synchronicity rate. And Melissa asks if they can start touching now, and Deku's just like, I'll do you one better. Pulls her in, lip locks it, and Melissa's just like, oh god, I'm just gonna let him do whatever now. And she straight up says, just do whatever. Like, the kiss was more than enough for her to just, like, yeah, no, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing around this man. Like, so yeah, bedroom sparring. And yes, it is still the 13th. And Melissa was fucking shooketh. Like, when she fully saw it. Like, and she's even like, yo, I don't know if that could fit. And Deku was just like, I'm pretty sure it will. If not, I'm gonna have to heal you. Oh, that's so fucked. But yes, and this one, I'll say he wasn't fully ready for the 13 rounds, so he gave Melissa 5. Like, and Melissa was just like exhausted beyond repair, but because of the synchronicity rate, Deku's stamina was also being quote unquote shared in a sense. And Deku did like after the second round, Melissa asked Deku something very specific. And then she asked him to use the golden aura. Yeah. And Deku's just like, wait, my ghost ripple? And Melissa's just like, please? Like really, like, she's begging Deku, honestly. And Deku's just like, I fucking love you. As he, like, does golden mode. And yeah, that's why Melissa only lasted another 3 rounds. If she never asked for golden mode, then Deku could have gone another 2. 7 rounds, like Miracle. And yeah, no. And the only reason why Melissa could handle it while the others couldn't is, remember, the caller was sharing energy and feelings. So while Deku, his abnormal stamina was being, like, siphoned for Melissa to tap into, in a sense, when she herself felt like she was passing out. And she was surprised. Like, even though she was on the verge of passing out, like, and she did tell Deku that, like, it could, like, it synchronizes everything with them, like emotions, heart rates, and stamina. And Deku's just like, I have an ungodly amount. I hope that last part's true. So when he finishes on the 5th one, and here's the thing, Golden Ripple caused Melissa's legs to lock in, so she got pied 3 times. Suck it, Momo. She will. She has, and she will again. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Not sorry. I'm probably ruining so many, like, dudes who, like, dream about them, and I'm like, sorry, my guy. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, Deku's clapped Melissa 5 times. Gave her the golden pie 3 times. And yeah, no. Like, Deku even admitted he's way more exhausted than he ever thought possible. And Melissa just smirks and saying she's glad she can tire out the behemoth. And Deku's just like, just call me Jojo. And she just smiles and kind of just rolls into Izuku's arms. And they, like, sleep, like, a good minute. Like, it's the very next day. And Melissa's dad's knocking on the door. Like, because it's still locked. And there's a do not disturb sign. And yeah, like, David is just like, hey, Melissa, sweetie, we have our flight in, like, 3 hours. I'm gonna go get us something to eat real quick. Be ready by then. And yeah, so things, Deku's just like, oh, fuck. And he looks at Melissa, and Melissa's just saying, I seriously don't think I can move my body. And Deku's just like, I've been told that happens. And he gives her a kiss on the forehead, and it heals her enough to where she can walk, and she has a limp. And, like, when David asks why is she limping and walking weird, she's saying that her experiments on the, like, she talks about the few inventions that she told her dad about, like, they are taxing on her body, because, like, it's not meant for normal people to, like, quirkless people to use yet. So yeah, and David's just like, you just got to be more careful, honey. And then he's saying, well, I'm glad your inventions will keep you safe. You never know when you need protection. And Melissa's just like, yeah, Dad. As she realizes Deku never wore protection. Deku never wore his Saiyan battle armor. And Melissa's just like, oh god, I hope nothing happens in 9 months. Well, she rephrases it. She's hoping there's no mini like a mini thing that happens in 9 months, but she wants the big thing that happened last night. Yeah, I'm doing it. And so yeah, he's already fucked 5 chicks, and he thinks he's fine. Like, just straight up, just okay. I've had my fill. There is no more I can do. And no, he wrong. He very wrong. Um, Deku now being 15, and this is like how old he is in the canon story. So we're starting soon. Like next month is the UA entrance exam, and Deku is aware of this, and he's just like, 1 more month, and then I get to go to UA. And then he thinks Mirako. So he does like he's happy that he'll see Mirako again, and then he thinks, he hopes he doesn't get Aizawa for a homeroom teacher, because Aizawa saw him, and he's just like, yeah, I don't know if I could look that man in the eye now. He saw my moves. Oh, and then Deku's just like, I hope he didn't steal any. Because he's like kind of like, he's not trying to be arrogant, but like he's just like, yeah, fuck. And then he remembers there was a teacher who saw him too, and he's just like, I wonder who that woman was. And no, he's not gonna fuck Midnight. He's just like, who was that hero? Because he noticed this was the very first time he saw a woman, thought she was hot, and did not like instantly try and fuck her in a sense. So he's just like, okay, maybe Jocelyn wasn't wrong when he's saying I could control it more now. Yeah, it's because Jocelyn wasn't into she wants to be the master, not allow someone else to. So, yeah. Who should I introduce next? Should I introduce Jocelyn's girl? You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So, and Jocelyn, she also knew English, so she speaks English too. So Deku's English is like, he sounds American when he speaks English now. When he speaks Italian, he sounds Italian, and yeah. So he's a trilingual. And I'll say what can I do? Yeah. He's just walking down the street. Like, he's not taking the car right now. He's just decided to take a nice stroll. Because he's like, I've done good. My fathers would be proud of me. And like shit like that. And yeah. And I'll say, like, during this, he hears a commotion. And he sees a giant hooded figure, like, crushing the side of a building, demanding these 3 girls, saying, like, where is the police station? They'll go like, tell me where the police station is. Oh, that voice was not good for my throat. Ow. Anyway, so it's Gigantomachia. Y'all know what's about to go down. And at first it's just Mina's 2 friends, and Mina runs up and saying the directions, and Deku hears it, and he was just about to go up there, because, remember, he ain't with that, like, picking on the smaller people shit. He ain't with it, he gonna fuck you up. So he hears the directions, Gigantomachia starts walking, stops, because he then realizes, wait a minute, this is just where I came from. And when he goes, he gets mad, he says, you lying little bitch. Turns around, and Mina was terrified. Her friends were terrified, thinking that they were about to be killed. Nope. They see a golden energy, like a man with a black jacket, radiating golden energy, charge this giant behemoth, as he says, Ura! Punching Gigantomachia right on the chin, cracking his jaw, and knocking him the fuck out. And then Deku's knuckles actually are bleeding from this, because Gigantomachia was a sturdy motherfucker. And Deku didn't put 100%. He just did like 60%, like 2/3 of his power. If he went full force, his knuckles would not have been bloodied, but not enough for resistance on his part, and he even realizes, fuck, should have put more power into that. So it's enough to knock him out, but damn, is he like sturdy and tough. And yeah, no, Mina runs up to him, thanking him, and saying like she didn't realize that was like she knew she lied, but didn't realize that he would catch on so quickly because he looked like just a big lummox and wouldn't understand shit. And Deku hasn't turned around yet, and he's saying, "Yeah, I get it," as he sighs, and like his knuckle is bleeding. So as it starts, the wounds are closing because of the golden energy. And like she's saying, "Are you hurt?" Because she takes his hand because she sees like a blood drip. So she takes his hand and go like, "Oh my god, you're hurt!" And like when she grabs it and looks at it, she sees that the knuckles are perfectly fine. And Deku sees her like he notices that this is the reverse, that his hand was on the other side. And he sees Mina looking down. He just sees the pink hair and horns. And like out of curiosity, he goes to like touch her horns with his free hand because he's not really caring that she's examining his knuckles and shit. So he just pokes her. Oh my god, this is almost at 2 hours. Fuck! I'm finishing this off after this meeting. God damn. Ha. Okay, so, back to it. Mina, she do her thing. Oh fuck. Damn. Who the fuck? No, I don't care. Izuku is pretty much like he pokes her horn, and she moaned at this because it's sensitive to her, and she's just like, "Watch it, buddy. That's sensitive." And Deku was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And Mina looks up at him, and they meet like their eyes meet, and Mina's just like, "You're fucking hot." And Deku's just like, well, Jojo's just like, "Yeah, you are." And Mina's just like, "Wait, what?" And Deku's just like, "No words. You, me, number now, please." And Mina's just like, "Oh shit, yeah, I like the bold. Good, you're smart move." They exchange numbers, and before like Mina can run to her friends, Deku clutches her hand still, like the one that she was holding, pulls her back, and then instantly just tongue kisses her. He ain't with like, it's not gentleman-like, but this isn't a gentleman doing it. This is Jocelyn taking over, and Deku realizes, wait a minute, who is left? And then he remembers Jocelyn, and he's just like, no, I thought I was done. And no, Jocelyn just like, oh no, boy, I like her. We going. And it's just like, and Mina's not even fighting the tongue. In fact, she's just like, oh my god, I think I just acid myself. Yup. And yeah. And her friends are just seeing, like, this happen. And they take a photo. And yeah, they post it online. Where a lot of people are about to see this. Yeah. Because they tagged Deku in it. Because poor Deku. So 5 phones get a notification. Well, no, 6 phones. Deku saying like you were tagged in a photo, and then Melissa, Mirako, Jiro, Asui, and Momo all get a notification saying JoJo was tagged in a photo, and they're all like, well, let me see this. And in case you're wondering why they got the notification, anything JoJo is their attention. Fuck the news. JoJo is what matters. JoJo News, not Fox News, not CNN News, just JoJo News. And they all see Deku, like, making out with a pink-haired girl. And none of the girls were, like, pissed off to, like, kill Deku. They're just like, I've already fucked him. Like, that was their thought. They're like, I've already fucked him. Like, yeah, you can kiss him, but, like, that mouth has been places. Oh fuck, that's fucking horrible. But yeah, and none of them were like hurt. They're just like, yeah, you don't know the half of the things that that tongue can do. Oh, I gotta stop, man. Fuck. Oh shit. Yeah, Mina, like when Deku pulls away, like there is like their two tongues are still out, and there's like a thin layer of like saliva, and Mina just slurped it like and licked her lips, and she's just like, "You big boy, definitely got it good." And Deku's just like, oh, "Fuck, I love this pink," and he's saying he loves the pink a lot. And it is a double like thing. So yeah, and Mina caught on to this when it was like, because she was referencing the tongue, and Deku's just like, yeah, no, you don't even know the half of it in a sense. And their friend and Mina's friends are not. It went over their head because they just thought it was a regular kiss, no tongue action. But like the other five girls knew it was tongue action, and Koda's just like, well, I'm gonna add this to my list, and he already printed out the photos of Momo, Jiro, and also, and he even snagged a photo of him kissing Mirako in the car. So, like, he ain't safe. Like, when he goes into his room, like, cheesing like a motherfucker, like, comes inside to the orphanage, and they're all like, someone's in a good mood. And he's saying, yeah, I met a new friend. And Koda's just like, yeah, we know. And Deku's just like, what? So, and Koda's just, like, sipping his tea. And he's saying, nothing. You can just go check your room. And Deku's just like, oh god, no. He's thinking, like, it's, like, the five girls ready to beat the shit out of him. But no, when Deku walks in, he sees just photos of him, like, all kissing, like, his girls, and he's just like, Koda! And they're like, Koda, how are you so calm? And he's just like, he ain't gonna do shit. Like, they're like, and they're like, what do you mean? He's like, and Koda's just saying, he know what he was doing, so I don't see a reason not to mess with him. And Deku was just like pissed off. He's like, Koda, what the fuck, bro? Why'd you do that? And he's just like, why'd you do what you do? And Deku's just like, Koda. He wants to like really hit him, but he's like, I can't judge this kid because I am no longer a saint. I am a god, yes, but not a saint. Oh, fuck. I gotta stop. So, no, yeah, all that goes down, and later that night, Mina sends Deku a video of her in the shower, and Deku responds inclined, and he made sure that he got a good, like, video of him lathering his whole body, like how Mina did, and he sent her that. Well, no, what he did is he sent it to Mina, Jiro, Momo, Melissa, Mirako, and Asui. And yeah, and here's the thing, when Mirako, oh god no, Jocelyn, what have you done to him? No, all jokes aside, when Mirako got the text, she opened it, and she was in her room, like, not in a room, but no, like in a room with Nejire just studying, and Nejire like looked over to see the video, and she gasps at the thing, and she's like, "He not human," and Mirako's just like, "I know," and Nejire's just like, "Oh, you bitch! Why didn't you tell me?" And then Mirako's just like, "I was." So she goes into the details of Nejire and tells him about the 7 rounds. And Nejire is just like, how did you not be broken? And then she says he can heal. And Nejire is just like, oh, you whore. And Mirako's just like, shut up. And yeah. I'm going to leave it off there because I'm stopping this just under 2 hours, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. Part 3 is entrance exam and how that goes. Have a good one.